So let's start. We're going to go nice big hoop as we typically do, and gently turning the waist. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Reaching over. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Raising the arms, stretching towards the floor. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Middle once. Inhale and exhale. And again. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Middle once. Inhale and exhale. Hands on the waist. Waist rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. We switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. Crossing the arms. Gentle circle with the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. We switch hands, switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. Hands on the waist, turning the head side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. Back and forth. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. Tilt in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. And rotation, looking all the way around. 1, 2, and 3. And we switch. 1, 2, and 3. Very good. Opening up the feet, arms out, turning the body, trying to look behind you by turning the head, and the arms just follow along to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're going to face the right hand side, putting the right foot out, empty stance. And we're going to gently shift forward, back. Very good. Forward, back, pivot, shift, pivot, forward, back, forward, back, pivot, shift, pivot, forward, back, forward, back, pivot, shift, pivot, forward, back, forward, and back. Very good. You should out. Keep breathing. Excellent. Hands on the waist. We're going to do shoulder rolls going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. Going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. Very good. Let's lift the palms up and down. Inhale and exhale. Very good. Deep breathing. All right, we're going to make that circle with the wrists. Coming up the middle into the outside. Very good. And we change directions, come over the top and down the middle. Very good. Palms facing down. We're going to do big circle to the right first. 1, 2, and up. Switch. 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 1, 2, and up. Very good. Palms facing down. We're going to gently shift to the left, keeping the body vertical. Lift the weight off of your right foot, bring it in, out, in, out. We shift to the right, lift, in, out, in, out. Shift, lift, in, out, in, out. Shift, lift, in, out, and in. Very good. So now we're going to put all our weight on our right foot with our right foot facing to the front of the class. And our left foot back. We're going to put the left hand in front, right hand back. And we're going to switch arms as we bring the left foot forward. So switch, switch. Very good. Continue. Excellent. Very good. Let's switch sides. We're going to put all our weight on the right, sorry, on the left. Put our right foot back, right hand forward, and we swing. Very good. Excellent. Very good. All right, now we're going to put all of our weight on the right foot. We're going to lightly touch with the left foot to the side. I'm going to put both hands to the right. Both hands come across as we come in and down. Good. Very good. Let's try the other side. Put all the weight on your left. Reach out with the right foot, lightly touching, both hands to the left, and we swing. Really well done, everybody. Very good. Let's do deep breathing. Excellent. So now we're going to point our right foot towards the front of the class. We're going to touch the arch of our left foot to the heel of the right foot and step straight out with that left. Good. So we have left foot facing that way, right foot facing this way. If we bend our knee of our right leg, you notice that your hip kind of settles on that right leg. If you're standing here, you have more weight on both feet. But if you bend that knee purposely, it brings the weight to the back leg. Now we're going to push off of our right leg and gently shift forward to the left. When our weight is on the left foot, the front knee bent, we're going to release the hip and turn to the left. We step back, release the hip, turn to the front. Shift to the left, turn to the left. Sit back on the right, turn to the right. Shift to the left, turn to the left. Sit back on the right, turn to the right. Very good. Right hand to the shoulder, left hand to the hip. Remember, just as a quick reminder, whatever side we're going to shift to, that's the side of the hand that comes up. So even if you get it twisted and the hands are in the wrong orientation, if you shift to your left, the left hand is going to be the one that comes up. So we shift to the left, lift the left, draw down with the right, turn, draw down with the left. Right hand to the shoulder, very nicely done. Back to the hip. Shift to the left, lift the left, draw down with the right, turn, draw down with the left. Right hand to the shoulder, sit back, left hand to the hip, shift to the left, lift the left, draw down with the right, turn, draw down with the left. So this is something I've mentioned before, but it's something I want to point out again. Your body wants to align itself to the direction of the foot that has weight on it. Right? Roughly translating, it's more comfortable when I have weight on this, when my weight's on this leg for my body to face this way than it is this way. Right? When I shift to this side, if I release my hip, it's more comfortable for my body to face this way where all my weight is than it is for me to face this way. Right? Is that probably a fairly good visual example? So because we know that we turn as part of the process, a lot of times we turn before we actually shift the weight. And we want to avoid doing that. So when we start here in this position, right hand of the shoulder, left hand of the hip, we want our body facing the front. We don't want to turn yet when we shift. We don't want to turn yet. We want to stay with the body facing the front. Then we lift the left hand, then we draw down with the right. Now we lift the elbow, and now we release the hip and turn to the left. Right hand goes to the shoulder, we sit back. When we sit back, then we turn to the front. Good, so we shift to the left, lift the left, draw down with the right, turn, draw down with the left. So if you listen to the narration, sit back, Left hand to the hip, we turn to the front, shift to the left, don't turn ahead of time. Shift to the left, lift the left, draw down with the right, then turn, draw down with the left. Good. Right hand to the shoulder, sit back, reset, shift to the left, lift the left, draw down with the right, turn, draw down with the left. Very good. Let's try the other side. It's something that's not intuitive. We're not used to really moving that way. If there are times that we put weight on one foot that's facing a different direction, probably not likely that you toe out like this in your day-to-day. But if you did, you might not even notice that you end up facing, right? So this is why I pointed out, because it's something we're not necessarily used to doing, but it is actually the way our body's designed to move. So we point our left foot directly to the front of the class, touch the arch of your right foot to the heel of the left, and step straight out with the right. And now we're going to gently shift to the right, turn to the right. Sit back on the left, and then turn to the left. Shift all the way to the right, don't turn yet, then turn. Sit back on the left, then turn. Shift forward to the right, then turn. That's good. Sit back on the left, then turn. Good. Shift to the right, then turn. Sit back on the left, then turn. Very good. So left hand to the shoulder, right hand to the hip. Shift to the right, lift the right. Draw down with the left, then turn, draw down with the right. Left hand to the shoulder, sit back, right hand to the hip, we turn to the front, shift to the right, lift the right, draw down with the left, then turn, draw down with the right. Left hand to the shoulder, sit back, right hand to the hip, shift to the right, lift the right, draw down with the left, then turn, draw down with the right. One more time, left hand to the shoulder, right hand to the hip, shift to the right, lift the right, draw down with the left, then turn, draw down with the right. That was very good. That was a lot of improvement there. All right, now we're going to lightly touch with our left toe touching the floor. You can do this shoulder width as well. Either way is good. We're going to cross with the wrist with the left hand on the outside. We're in this vertical elbow position. We lift the elbows to horizontal, extend the left hand to the front as we turn to the corner. Drop the elbows, turn back to the front and cross. Lift the elbows, turn to the corner. Drop the elbows, turn to the front. Lift the elbows, turn to the corner. Drop the elbows, turn to the front. Lift the elbows, turn to the corner. Drop the elbows, turn to the front. Nicely done. Let's try the other side. So again, all the weight on the left leg. We're going to lightly touch with the right toe. Crossing with the right hand in front this time. Lift the elbows, extend the right hand to the front, turn to the corner. Drop the elbows, turn back to the front. Nice. Lift the elbows, extend right hand to the front, turn to the corner. Drop the elbows, turn back to the front. Good. Lift the elbows, extend the right hand to the front, turn to the corner. Drop the elbows, turn back to the front. Lift the elbows, extend the right hand to the front, turn to the corner. Drop the elbows, turn back. Very good. Keep breathing. Okay, we're going to do preparation. Lift, draw down, press and set. By the way, while we do this, I do want to just take a quick second to thank all of you for coming to class physically, and also for those of you who are joining us on Zoom, and especially the Walpole Council on Aging. Obviously, it's tough to have this class without them, so thankful all around. Very good. We're going to make a low hoop now. We're going to hold this position, breathe deeply and gently. Just try to get rid of any tension you might feel. Go shoulder height. Good. Very good. just drop the elbows, holding the small ball. Very good. Elbows out, palms down, straighten the arms, legs and the spine. Standing tall, but still relaxed. Straighten the wrist, fingers towards the floor. Very good. Keep breathing. Okay, so again, we're going to step out to that empty stance, the left foot. And this time, instead of the left foot facing this way, we're going to kick our heel out so that our left foot is facing the corner of the front of the row. Yep, so your foot was actually, it was in the right position. Yep. You're good. You're good. You got it. No, it's all good. It's all good. So, okay, so from here, because this foot is facing the corner, when I shift to this side and release the hip, my body's going to stop at the corner. Right? Remembering that whatever direction the toe is pointed of the foot that has weight on it, that's where your body's going to end up facing. If I do this, take all the weight off, relax the hip, I face that way. Right? If I do this, take all the weight off, I face this way. So when we set the angle of the foot to the corner, when we shift and then relax, we end up facing the corner. We don't end up turning past it. We sit back, we end up facing the front. We shift, release the hip, turn to the corner, sit back, we turn to the front. Good. Right hand to the shoulder, left hand to the hip. Shift, open. Good. Sit back, close. Shift, open. It's all good. Just remember, yep, when you go to the left hand is going to be the high hand. Good. Shift, open. We reset. The right hand is the one that goes to the shoulder. There you go. Shift, open. You're good. Sit back. Right hand to the shoulder. There it is. Shift, open. Sit back. Close. Shift, open. Sit back. Close. Very good. Let's switch sides. So we're going to step out with the right foot. And again, kick the heel out so that your right foot is facing the corner. Yeah. So you want that right toe to face that 45. So just think if this is 90, 45 is half of that. Good. Yep. So we shift to the right, relax the hip, turn to the corner, sit back, turn to the front. Shift to the right, relax the hip, turn to the corner, sit back, turn to the front. Good. Shift to the right, turn to the corner, sit back, turn to the front. Very good. Left hand to the shoulder, right hand to the hip. Shift, open. Sit back, reset. Shift, open. Sit back, reset. Left hand goes to the shoulder. Shift, open. Sit back, reset. Shift, open. Sit back, reset. Very good. There we go, feet shoulder width. Both palms face down. Remember, we've done the circle here. We're going to do just the right arm to start. Good, then just the left. Very good. Now the right, followed by the left. Followed by the right, followed by the left. Followed by the right, followed by the left. Very good. Now we're going to pick up the right, turn to the right, put it down, pick up the left, turn to the left. You got it. Right, turn to the right. Left, turn to the left. Excellent, everyone. Right, turn to the right. Left, turn to the left. Right, turn to the right. Left, turn to the left. Very good. So loop. We lift, palms out. Drop the elbows, cross in the middle, and back down to low loop. Good. Lift, palms out. Drop the elbows across, and back down to low loop. lift, palms out, drop the elbows across, low loop, lift, palms out, drop the elbows across, low loop. Very good. Let's lift, palms out, thumbs down, and we're going to draw a figure eight pattern. We come up and out, down and in, out, in. Very good. Out, in. Excellent. Out, in, out, and in. Very good. Palms waist high. We form the circle, gather the fists, and extend. Palms up, form the circle, gather the fists, and extend. Palms up, form the circle, gather the fists, and extend. Palms up, form the circle, gather the fists, and extend. Palms up, form the circle, gather the fists, and extend. Palms up, and circle, gather the fists, and extend. Awesome. Everybody's doing really well today. So the next one we're going to do is that neutral position, strum the lute, where we're going to draw down with the right hand and then around. Draw down with the left and around. Draw down with the right and around. Draw down with the left and around. Draw down with the right and around. Draw down with the left and around. Very good. So let's do the second iteration of this exercise, which just as a refresher or a reminder, we draw down with the right. When we're bringing that right hand back up around, as it comes to the center and down, we're going to move the left hand down out of the way. Right? We don't want to occupy the same space at the same time. We come up with the left, turn, draw down with the right. Come up with the right, turn, draw down with the left. Very good. Come up with the left, turn, draw down with the right. Come up with the right, turn, draw down with the left. Come up with the left, turn, draw down with the right. Come up with the right, turn, draw down with the left. And one more time. Up with the left, turn, draw down with the right. That was really well done. That's not an easy one to coordinate. And everybody, both online and in real life here, did that very well. So let's round out with the right arm. Make sure that it's the elbow that's up, not just bending the wrist. Left palm against the right palm, and we're going to gently alternate. Very good. Let's round out with the left. Right palm against the left palm, and we alternate. Very good. Back to our triangle or neutral position. Drawing the bow, we're going to turn towards the right and then turn back to the middle. Turn towards the left and then back to the middle. So one thing I want to point out about the position of our arms, when I come across, as I turn my waist back to the middle, my arm withdraws. And you can see that the elbow, that's really good, is lined up with the other arm. What I don't want to do is this, right? This changes the position of my chest. It actually will make the chest, when you're open like this, makes things a little tight here and constricts your breathing a little bit. But it also would be a terrible way to draw a bow, because you want all of that energy that you're using to pull this back to be in line with what you're trying to pull back. If you try this, you don't have any leverage this way, right? You have a lot of leverage this way. You have very little leverage to kind of turn the corner. So when we turn towards and away, our alignment should be that this hand is lined up with this arm. Good. Now we turn to the right and then back to the left. We turn to the left and again back to the middle. Turn to the right and back to the middle. And turn to the left and back to the middle. Good. One last thing is just, if we use the analogy of a bow and an arrow, both hands have to actually be lined up with each other. There's an arrow in between them. So I can't do it like this. right? I'd be firing off into the woods. I can only turn in line, so both hands at the same height. So when you turn back, make sure that this hand doesn't come low, but that it lines up with the other one. One of the ways that you can track more easily to make sure that you have that alignment is that when you come across, as you withdraw, turning the waist, this hand slides across the other arm to get to here. Yeah, so I turn the waist, I end up facing the front. So the body's facing the front, even though the arms are out to the side. Now I turn to the left, this hand comes across, the two hands meet, and now my right hand slides back across that arm. Good. I turn to the right, my left hand slides back across that arm. Very good. All right, so now we're going to open the feet with the toes pointed to the corners. We're going to automate the first part of this. The way we do that is we're just going to make a, okay? Okay, good, just, no worries, not a problem, not a problem. Not a problem, just checking to make sure if you needed any assistance, okay? All right, sounds good. We're going to cross at the wrist and lift, big circle. Cross, lift, big circle. Cross, lift, big circle. Cross, lift, big circle. Awesome. So we've got that pretty well automated, right? When we start turning the waist is when we start to overthink things and we change what we're doing. But this circle is going to happen no matter what direction I turn. So for example, I could turn to my right, cross, lift, and then turn back to the middle as I make my circle. I can turn to my left, cross, lift, turn back to the middle. I can turn in any direction. I'm still going to be making this same circle with the arm, right? So because there are two waist turns, sometimes we get a little bit confused by the narration and we turn to the right, turn back to the middle, gets kind of lost, and we start to turn all the way to the other side. Our kind of final posture within this movement, if you want to consider it that way, would be fan through the back. So one hand pushing out to the side and the other overhead, that's pretty good. And when we turn to the other corner, we lift fan through the back as pushing out with this hand while this hand's above the head. So we want to turn towards the side and back to the middle, and that's one side, and then turn towards the other side and back to the middle. So let's try that. We turn to the right, cross, lift, big circle, turn back to the middle. Separate movement, turn to the left, cross, lift, turn back to the middle. Good. Separate movement, turn to the right, cross, lift, big circle, turn to the middle. And turn to the left, cross, lift, big circle, turn to the middle. Excellent. That's really well done. Okay, so we're going to go feet shoulder width. Crossing with the right hand on the outside, we're going to lift and press. Switch. So we're going for a stretch of the spine here. Switch. 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 And switch. Very good. Deep breathing. Now, this is a question for those in real life and also those who are joining us virtually. Are there any questions before we begin? Any of that was kind of extra confusing or more confusing than your normal day, or just anything you need clarification on? Okay, no. So far, so good. All right, that's not a problem. I'm going to bring a chair. I want to kind of continue to build on what we did last week, where we were doing it in a seated version. I don't know if you recall, but last week we actually got all the way through the second section of the form in a seated version, right? And just quickly as a reminder to those at home, when we sit on the chair, notice that I'm not against the back of the chair. I scoot forward and my back is straight, supporting the body. Good. So we're here. Let's do the narrated version of this a few times. And then we'll even try this without narration. And then we can try it in the standing posture. And last time we ran out of time before we were able to do the full mapping of the footwork with the legs. But I'm going to try to get us there today in a little bit more time, just so that we have enough time to try that as well. So we start here. We go preparation. We raise up, draw down, press inside. Neutral position with the left hand on top. Horizontal elbow with the left, right palm against the left palm. Good. That's beginning style on the left. We alternate the elbow, draw diagonally down with the right hand. So your left hand is vertical and is the high hand, and your right hand is the low. There we go. Very good. Left hand comes to the center, and just like we did in the exercise, right hand comes over the top, neutral position. Horizontal elbow with the right, palm against palm. This is grasp the sparrow's tail. So we extend out, square, connect at the wrist, draw both hands down to the left hip, left palm up, we push the right hand to the right hip, lift the hand to the shoulder, and we push out. Hooking the right hand, turn to the corner, leaving the right hand there, we come across, single whip position. Very good. Center with the left and low hoop. Center with the right and high hoop. This is holding the ball. Cross with the right hand on top. Now the right hand comes down, the left hand comes up, flying diagonally for the second time. Very good. Left hand comes to the center, and then right hand comes over the top. Horizontal elbow, palm against palm. We're going to lower the hand slightly. Now raise the right hand as you press with your left, palm out. Bend at the waist gently. Turn to your left and come back up with both arms in a big hoop position. Good. Neutral position now with the left hand on top. We turn the left palm out, round out to the outside with the right. Want to make sure the right elbow is up. Good. We turn to the right corner, alternate the elbows, draw straight down with the left hand, turn to the front, and adjust your palm, right palm comes out. Good. That's brush knee on the right hand side. We go back to neutral position on the left-hand side for the second time. We palm out with the left, round out with the right again, making sure the right elbow is horizontal. Turn to the right, good. Alternate the elbows, draw straight down with your left hand, turn to the front, adjusting your elbow, and palm out with the right hand. Neutral position, left hand on top again, this time horizontal elbow with the left. Right palm against the left palm. And that leads into our brush knee on the left. So we turn to the left corner, alternate, draw straight down with the right hand, turn to the front, and palm out with the left. Beautifully done. Neutral position with the right hand on top, horizontal elbow with the right, palm against palm. We're going to turn to the right, alternate, draw straight down, turn to the front, palm out with the right. Neutral position, left hand on top again. This time we turn to the right corner, palm up with the left hand, and turn right back to the front. So it's a very small little movement with the hand. Now we turn both palms out and extend the arms, closing the door, and then retract the arms, relaxing. The right palm goes face up. We're going to make our circle. And now as we gather the fist, we're going to turn the waist to withdraw the fist. Good. Now we turn back to the front to drive the fist forward. We again turn the waist, withdrawing the fist, left elbow out, turn to the left, left elbow down, turn to the right, and we turn back to the front, driving the fist forward. We're going to make a circle with our left arm, leaving the right arm where it is. We come underneath the right arm and now drop both elbows. When your hands lined up with your shoulders, turn your palms out, and we push out with both arms. That's called leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Neutral position with the left hand on top again. We turn to the right, horizontal elbow with the left, turn back to the front. Neutral position, left hand on top. Make both hands fists, and now turn your waist 45, bringing the elbow over the fist. This is fist under elbow, and we sit back, neutral position. Really well done. So I know that doing it in a chair does help because we're not as concerned about balance. It helps memory, right? If we feel like we're going to fall down, falling down takes priority over anything else. So let's do that one more time. Let me just give a quick time check, although I think we're doing all right. Yeah, so we've got another 19, 20 minutes. So let's do that one more time with narration, and I'd like to try it even without narration, and then we can see how it goes as we progress. So again, we start preparation, draw down, press and set. Neutral position with the left hand on top. Good. Horizontal elbow with the left, palm against palm. Beginning style on the left. Alternate the elbows and draw diagonally down with the right hand. Good. Left hand to the center, right hand comes over the top, horizontal elbow with the right, palm against palm. This is grasp the sparrow's tail. We extend the right arm out, connect at the wrist, draw both hands down to the hip, left palm up, push your right hand to the right hip, lift it into the shoulder, and we push out. Hooking the right hand, we turn to the corner. We leave the right hand there as we come across. Everyone does that really well now. That's single whip. Come center and low, center and high, holding the ball. Cross at the wrists, and flying diagonally, left hand comes up, right hand comes down. Good. Left hand to the center, right hand over the top. Good. Horizontal elbow with the right, palm against palm. Lower the hand slightly. Raise the right arm, press with your left, palm out with the right hand as we gently bend forward. Turn to your left and we come back up. Stork flaps wings. Neutral position with the left hand on top. We palm out with the left and round out to the outside with the right. Very good. Turn to the right corner. Alternate. Let's draw straight down. Turn to the front and we palm out with the right. Neutral position, left hand on top. That whole series repeats. Palm out with the left. Round out to the outside with the right. Turn to the right. Alternate the elbows. Draw straight down with the left. Turn to the front and palm out. Neutral position, left hand on top again. This time horizontal elbow with the left. Palm against palm. That's beginning style. Into brush knee. We turn. Alternate. Draw straight down with the right hand. Turn to the front and palm out with the left. Neutral position, right hand on top. We'll go into beginning style on the right, into brush knee on the right. Turn, alternate, draw down, turn to the front, and we palm out. Neutral position, left hand on top. We're going to turn to the right corner, palm up with the left hand, turn back to the front. So all of this is the extent of what we're doing with our hand. That's it. We're going from vertical to palm facing us. The rest of that movement is the waist. So this hand stays right in its position. We turn to the corner, turn your palm up, turn back to the front. And that's it. Palms out, we extend out, closing the door, and retract, relaxing. Right palm up, we form the circle. Gather the fist, turning the waist to withdraw the punch. Turn the waist to the front, drive to the center. Withdraw the fist by turning the waist. Left elbow out with the palm out, turn to the left. Left elbow down, turn to the right, and turn back to the center, driving that fist down. Make a circle with your left hand, come underneath, drop both elbows, turn your palms out, leopard and tiger springs them out beautifully. Neutral position, left hand on top, turn to your right, horizontal elbow, turn back to the front. Neutral position, left hand on top. We're going to go fist under elbow, neutral position. Very good. All right, so let's try one time, no narration, but we're going to do exactly the same thing, same pace, and we leave no one behind. And then we're going to progress to the mapping of the footwork as well. So here we are, and we begin. Good. Very good. Nicely done so far. Very good. Very good. feet. Excellent. So far, great. Good. Very good. So, two things I want to point out. One, in the brush knee movement, we end up, two things I would like to focus on. One, when we alternate the elbow, we want to bring the hand with the horizontal elbow down over the hip of the opposite side. A lot of times, because we know that we're going to end up here, we end up bringing that hand, instead of down on this side, we bring that hand over here. That's an isolated arm. When I bring my hand down here, now when I turn my waist, that pushes whatever's coming in at that height to the side, right? And then we adjust the elbow and that palm comes out. So there's a lot to kind of focus there on that. We're in this horizontal elbow with the right elbow, let's say as an example. The right hand's on the outside with the palm facing us, the thumb is up, left palm on the inside. Now we turn to the right, alternate the elbow, we're going to draw straight down with our left hand. Now we turn our waist to the front, and we need to make a slight adjustment. So we're going to relax the shoulder and bring the left elbow in, which brings the hand to the side of the body. And now we turn the right palm out. So if we don't do that, what happens is we're here, we're kind of in our own way for pushing out. If we relax the shoulder, we're able to push a little more easily. Yep. So that's a fairly subtle distinction in movement, right? And if we were to be doing this in the form, you might not pick up on the fact that that's what happened. What you might pick up on is that this hand ended up here. So in order to do that, you kind of end up doing this. But what we're trying to do is straight down on this side, turning the waist, and then adjusting the elbow and the palm comes out as I go forward. Yep, so it comes straight down, you turn, adjust. That was very good. All right. So actually, I'm going to get rid of the chair for now. Anyone who wants to do this in the seated position, please feel free to stay seated. And again, just looking at the time check. Okay, we've got 10 minutes. So what I would say is we have time to do it one time with narration without the legs, and then we'll do one time with the legs as well, with the mapping of the foot. So without the legs, we're here. We go preparation, draw down, press and settle, neutral position, left hand on top. Horizontal elbow with the left, palm against palm. Good. Alternate and draw down, flying diagonally on the left-hand side. Left hand to the center, right hand comes over the top. Horizontal elbow with the right, palm against palm. Brass sparrow's tail. We extend out, connect with the wrist, draw down. Left palm up, push your right hand to the right hip. Right hand to the shoulder. And we push it. Hooking the right hand, we turn to the right corner. Leaving the right hand there, we come back to the middle. Center with the left hand and look. Center with the right hand and high, holding the ball. Cross with the right hand on top, and we fly diagonally. Left hand comes up, right hand comes down. Good. Left hand to the center, right hand comes over the top. Horizontal elbow, palm against palm. We lower the hand slightly, raise up, palms out, bend at the waist, turn to your left, and we come back up, stork flaps. Neutral position, left hand on top, we palm out with the left, round out to the outside with the right. Right palm is on the outside with the thumb facing up. Left palm on the inside. There we go. We turn to the right. Nice. Alternate. Draw straight down. Turn to the front. Adjust your left elbow and palm out with your right. Very good. Very good. Left hand on top. We repeat. Turn the left palm out. Round out to the outside. Turn to our right. Alternate. Draw straight down to the left. Turn to the front. Adjust the elbow. Palm out with the right. Neutral position. Left hand on top again. This time horizontal elbow with the left. Right palm against the left palm. We're going to turn. Alternate. Draw straight down. Turn to the front. Adjust the elbow. Left palm. Neutral position. Right hand on top. Horizontal elbow. Palm against palm. Turn to your right. Alternate. Draw straight down. Turn to the front. And palm out with your right. Very good. Neutral position. Left hand on top again. This time we turn to the corner. Left palm up. Turn back to the center. Turn both palms out. We stand up and extend the arms, closing the door, and settle. Right palm up, form the circle, gather the fist as we turn the waist, we're drawing, turn to the front, driving the fist forward. We draw again, left elbow out, turn to the left elbow down, turn to the right, turn to the front, and drive the fist forward. Left hand underneath, we drop the elbows, turn the palms over, leopard and tiger springs come out. Very good. Neutral position, left hand on top. Turn to the right corner, horizontal elbow, turn back to the front. Neutral position with the left hand on top again. This time both hands become fists. And basically keeping your fists where they are, we're going to turn the waist 45, bringing the elbow over the fist. Yep. So you see, if my hands don't move to the side, if I leave my hands where they are and I turn, the elbow ends up over the fist. Very good. Back to neutral position. Awesome. Any questions before we do the full version with the mapping of the footwork and all that good stuff? Nope. No worries. Okay. So we're going to do it again. If you get twisted up, two things. One, because it's very different doing mirror image from the front than it is from the side, right? I've mentioned this before, but our reference in our entire lives for using a mirror, we use it from the front view, right? Even before there were mirrors, when people would look in a lake, they wouldn't typically look from the side, they would look directly ahead. And so if you move this hand, you move this hand, you can play the mirror game, it kind of makes sense to the brain. When we turn to the side, that can be more confusing. And so the first thing is always listen to the narration, because I never narrate from my side, I always narrate from your perspective. So if I say neutral position, right foot forward, right hand on top, grasp the sparrow's tail, you know that it's going to be the right arm that's the rounded arm, not the left. So when you see it, if that kind of crosses signal for you, try to not look at me directly, but do try to listen to narration. And as a stopgap measure, if you get lost or confused, give a wave, let me know, and I'm happy to help straighten it out as well. Okay, so here we are. This is the full version. Preparation. We draw down, press and step. Shift to the left, pivot on the right toe. Shift to the right, touch your left toe to the heel, and we're going to step out with the left foot. There we go. Neutral position, left hand on top. Horizontal elbow with the left, palm against palm, and we shift forward. Very good. We sit back, kick our left heel out, both feet are parallel to the corner. We shift forward to the left leg, alternate the elbow, and draw down with the right hand, flying diagonal. Good. We're going to stand up, bring the left foot in, touch it to the heel as a reference, and step out with your right foot. Good. Left hand, and then right hand over the top, neutral position. We're going to do grasp the sparrow's tail, 4 parts. So right arm is horizontal. Left palm on the inside, we shift forward. Extend the right arm out, square. Connect at the wrist, sit back, draw both hands diagonally down to the left hip. Left palm up, push your right hand to the right hip, lift your right hand to the shoulder, and we go forward. good. Sit back, hooking your right hand. So we're in an empty stance, the toe is up. We're going to pivot on the right heel, shift to the right leg, both feet together. We step out with the left foot, pivot on that heel, and we come across, single whip. I'm just going to move back to stay in frame. Now, left hand comes to the center and low. Right hand comes to the center and high, holding the ball. Shift to your left, pivot on your right heel, cross at the wrists, flying diagonally with the left hand on top. Good. We're going to step up, step in, and step forward with your right foot. Right foot in stance. Left hand to the center, right hand comes over the top. Very good. Horizontal elbow with the right, palm against palm. We shift forward. We lower the hand slightly as we step up, feet shoulder width. We raise the right hand, palm out, bend at the waist, turn to your left, and we stand back up, stork, flaps, wings. Beautifully done, everyone. Neutral position, left hand on top. Okay, sorry, I skipped a step. So what we're going to do is shift to the left, pivot on your right toe, shift to your right, pivot on your left heel. Now neutral position, left hand on top. Good. We palm out with the left hand, and we're going to round out with our right arm to the outside. So our right elbow is horizontal, with the thumb facing up. We're going to turn to the right corner, alternate the elbows, draw straight down with the left hand, turn to the front, and shift forward, palm out with the right hand, brush. Good. Sit back, left hand on top, palm out with the left, and again to the outside, round out with the right. Turn to the right corner a second time. Draw down, turn, shift forward, palm out with your right hand. Very good. Neutral position, left hand on top the third time. Horizontal elbow with the left, palm against palm, we shift forward. Very good. Sit back, toe out with your left foot, shift forward, we step up and step out with the right foot. We're going to turn to the left, alternate, draw down with the right hand, shift, turn, and push out with your left. Yep, sit back, right hand on top. So you want your right foot out to the right side. If you're able to, so right now you're going this way and you want to go this way. Yep. So you want to pick up your right foot and step out with your right foot. That's your, sorry. Let me see. We just did our toe out, step out with your right foot. So you're seeing my left foot forward. This is the confusing part of mirror image when you're to the side. But what you want to do is have your right foot, the foot that's forward. There it is. Good. Yep. But not to this side, to that side. Yep. Good. Okay. So we're going to do, we're going to do brush knee on the left, alternate, draw down, turn, shift, and brush knee. We sit back, neutral position, right hand on top, beginning style on the right. Good. I'm going to move back to the same frame. Sit back, toe out, shift forward, pause, and step through with your left foot. All right. As they say in baseball, safe. All right. Your left foot right now is the foot that's going to be forward. Yep, and your right elbow is up. Turn to the right. Very good. Alternate. Draw straight down with the left hand. Turn and push out with your right hand. Beautifully done. Sit back, left hand on top. This time we're going to turn to the right corner, palm up, turn back to the front, and shift forward. Now we're going to step up, feet shoulder width, both palms out. We stand up and close the door and settle in the legs. Now we shift to the left, pivot on the right toe, shift to the right, touch the left toe to the heel just as a reference, and step out with your left foot, empty stance. Right palm up, we're going to form the circle, gather the fist, shift forward and punch. Sit back, withdraw again. Good, left elbow out, turn to the left, left elbow down, turn to the right, turn back to the front, shift forward and punch. Very good, left hand comes underneath, sit back, drop both elbows, turn the palms out, we go forward, left side just brings them up. Neutral position, left hand on top, we turn to the right, horizontal elbow, both hands are height at the waist, shift and turn. that, neutral position, make both hands fists, turn 45, and again, back to neutral position. So turning to the sides is a real challenge when doing things mirror image. No doubt about it. This is, again, just to briefly explain the method to the madness of why I have started to do the seated version as well, right? Because we weren't doing the seated version before. And the reason for that is actually it can benefit everyone's perspective for memory. Because if we are turned to the side, if we're not able to see what the arms are doing, especially like in your case today, you had a second disadvantage, which is that you were farther ahead. So not only are you trying to pick it up from the side, but you're trying to kind of look behind you. That adds another level of difficulty. And so the idea behind doing it in the chair first is that the more we can familiarize ourselves with it where we can see what's happening because it's facing us, the more we can automate it. It's kind of like making this circle and then turning the waist. So that's kind of the idea behind all of it. So I would just encourage you to not be discouraged. It is a big challenge and ask of yourself to turn to the side and still do mirror image, but I think everybody's making really solid progress. No, it's very easy to be critical of ourselves when we're doing this, but it's not super motivating to do that. And the reality is it's also, we deserve to treat ourselves well in our outlook of what's happening. And I can tell you without any embellishment that the progress everyone's making in this class is really solid, and I'm happy to see that. So, I love it. That's awesome. You keep coming back, I'll keep coming back.